I have incredible news for you for Vessel of Hatred and Season 6. There have been a bunch of interviews at Gamescom and they've been talking about all the new up-and-coming features. And I'll wrap it into the most interesting points. My favorite one is what Aislinn, the lead progression designer, said. There are new active and passive skills for each of the previous classes coming in Season 6. That means a new skill, right? An active skill, that's an actual new skill for your Necro, Rogue, Bard, whatsoever. And a new passive will probably be a new key passive. And we all know how significant key passives can actually change a whole class. For the Necro, for example, with Shadow Blight and the Blighted aspect, Overpower, Bone, and the minion aspect being completely useless. So getting a 5th key passive here that offers up a complete new playstyle might make me not want to play Spiritborn. Because the community was worried that with Spiritborn releasing, there would just be no reason to play anything else because it kinda can do it all. And now we're actually getting even more for us, and especially these changes, the new skills and the new passives, they're coming to the base game. You don't need Vessel of Hatred for this. And you know what else you're getting? What will happen to players who have not purchased the new expansion? Will they be able to play with the new skills for their class? Can they enter the new zone etc? They will obviously not be able to enter the new zone. Now, Hantu is only for people that bought the new expansion. But there's two important things to mention here. You're getting the update to the progression, the new torment systems they have been talking about, the rehaul of the Paragon system, leveling, social features as party finders, and most importantly, alongside Vessel of Hatred launching on October the 8th, Season 6 is also launching with its own bespoken content, and that's going to be free to play to all Diablo 4 owners. Don't have to buy Vessel of Hatred to get the reworks, to get the progression, the difficulty, and especially seasonal content, new skills, everything. And if you then still feel like buying the expansion afterwards, you can do that. There might be even a sale coming at some point, but probably they want to cash in on you as you get hyped for what is coming there. And when it comes down to the new progression and difficulty, they gave us a little hint. Something we can touch on here is the philosophy behind the major progression updates. In Season 4 Loot Reborn, we had the Profane Mine Cages. The core idea behind this item was to increase the difficulty of the player's world in exchange for increased rewards. As you know, we've brought it into the base game given how much people loved the feature. We also love using it at players in Helltide. So we're looking to expand that approach and philosophy to the entire game, which essentially means world tier 6, 7, and 8. Or you're going to be able to set your personal world tier higher. I mean, like, remember how it was in Diablo 3? You could kind of go for Torment 7, Torment 8, Torment, so potentially just more world tiers for more rewards and more difficulty, or an item that does that for us, as the Mine Cage idea is going there. And for the people that missed the news here, Party Finder is coming too. This is not only meant to get you people to play with you Dark Citadel, it's also normal Nightmare Dungeons, just hanging out, Helltides, the Pit, leveling. You can literally open up a party. Here it says listed or being able to list, find a party, list a party. Then you can put in your tags and wait for people to join you. You want to just level, you want to do Duriel rotations, you want to hang out in Helltide and have 3 other players that are doing the Maiden with you and potentially get invaded for even faster leveling. Just open up a party and wait for someone to join. I mean, I'm just going to click on the Helltide tab if I want to do Helltide and join any party because it's more XP, it's more loot, it's more everything. Why wouldn't I do that? That's an absolute no-brainer. Not only Party Finder is coming, there has been mentioning of the Armory again. Brand, our game designer, has been talking about whether it's a loot filter and Armory etc. The game is so complex with all different ways we're adding power to the system, and we need to make sure that what we're designing doesn't fall short. For example, of the feedback we're getting the loudest for an Armory, and that's on top of the list. We can't expect it with Season 6. That would be too early, but Season 7 maybe? A basic form of the Armory? I'm still voting for, as they're reworking the Paragon system, to at least be able to save my Paragon boards. I don't need to be able to save my gear, but I want to save my Paragon boards. Oh, and if you wonder, what is that window above me? That's the Cursed Child, the vendor. That's supposed to be the mercenary. Yes, your mercenaries, when you play with them, as you have them with you, they give you a currency called pale marks. And then you can buy stuff at them. And that restock supply seems to be changing too. So I need Scatter Prisms, Angel Breath Cash, Abstruse Sigil Cash. That's just from the Cursed Child from Altkin. But there's 3 more mercenaries with their unique skill trees going on, boosting your characters, being with you, and supporting you. Interesting. Love it. Coming to the Paragon system. Yes, they're reworking it, and Jesse asked them if they're going to have an infinite Paragon system planned, and they said there are no plans for this. And the reasoning behind it is that they don't want to create this infinite chase, especially for the casual player. Because if the Paragon system has no cap, then Dave, with his 13 children working in the steel mill, will feel like he can never finish the game. Yet, though, they promised us a Paragon rework or something, so more Paragon boards, less Paragon boards, more Paragon points, less Paragon. So we don't know in which direction it will be going, but something will change. I am personally hoping for different legendary nodes. I mean, maybe a new Paragon board for every class. Because right now the Paragon boards are somewhat boring, but not only somewhat boring, we're getting a new key passive, and currently there's Shadow Paragon boards, Blood Paragon boards, Bone, and Minion Paragon boards for the Necromancer, as every class kind of has their respective Paragon boards bound to their skills, but we're getting a new skill, and we're getting a new key passive, or passive, but I would assume it is a key passive, so could be hinting to new Paragon boards coming our way. And the most interesting part at the end of the day, the new systems, progression, Paragon, everything, unlocked during leveling and not after finishing the main story. Is that correct? Yes. During, we're using the campaign to introduce player to the new systems. So you can essentially, you don't have to rush. You can start the game, skip the standard campaign, go to Nahantu if you bought the expansion, and then as you level up, they'll be like, oh, new progression, new difficulty tiers, new profane mind cages, whatsoever. Then the Undercity is going to be there. Suddenly they're going to give you a Dark Citadel quest. They'll probably be, hey, mercenaries, let's do mercenaries. That is how they try to get you to experience this, especially as you're then learning the Spiritborn if you wish to play the Spiritborn. And I think this is quite fantastic, because otherwise I know people are going to stress like having to level, skipping the campaign for now just to get the new systems and then later redoing the campaign. But honestly, this is a once in a year thingy where the new expansion comes out with actually new cool cinematics. And Brand is even saying there is so many cool cinematic moments coming that you don't want to miss. So Brand, like you better don't disappoint me, because I'm going to be sitting there and I'm watching this. Thank you very much. And even more good news, we're getting a campfire chat on the 29th. Plus, there's a PTR coming for Season 6. Probably without Nahantu, but with the new systems, methods, paragons, everything. Are you as excited as I am? Are you looking for it as much as I do? And did you buy Vessel of Hatred already? Also, are you going to play this Necromancer who's absolutely destroying everything? Tell me in the comments below, and have a fantastic good day. Thank you for watching.